Now, I'm going to reveal something pretty fucking crazy. The moment that I started advertising myself, TikTok advertising is so fucking crazy. I am not joking you. The ads that you pay on YouTube versus the ads you pay on TikTok is insane. The amount of like people that go to your other platforms from TikTok is wild. When people like it's so crazy because the irony is they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot by by having themselves be, I don't even know if that's shooting themselves in the foot because technically they also are keeping that viewer on their platform for all your short form stuff. But it's interesting because they play this weird thing of like they mass advertise you if you're paying for ads, right? So it's also that if you're paying for ads, they give you so many fucking people to show your stuff, right? Which then will give an increase in following, right? So then more people watch your stuff, and then more companies reach out to you to be like, hey, sell this for me. And, obviously you might because you might get a commission out of it, but then basically they're just going to make sure that like not only are people watching you on TikTok, but they're watching you on YouTube and they're watching you on Twitch. As weird as it is, TikTok is trying to do this thing where they're dedicated to you specifically, if that makes any sense. It sounds crazy, but it's like they're still trying to do this thing where someone follows and then someone is like a mass seller of products, right? Because they still want people to scroll people's platform like pages, and they still get ads when they scroll your own page, right? So the interesting thing is, I think the issue is a lot of people recognize how bad TikTok is with ads on the For You page. So people go to the follower side, right? And then they watch the people that they follow, right? But then they get ads there too, but not like shop ads. They get different types of ads, and it's ads from creators specifically. And then what they do is they take those ads from creators and then they basically make sure that those creators get these companies for TikTok shop stuff. And bada bing bada boom, more money in their pocket. It's kind of weirdly smart. They're doing it so smart, and they try to keep people out of the For You page, weirdly enough. And I feel like they're trying to do that because what they want to do is they know that people hate ads. So what they do is they make sure that it's a creator that they like, or creators, plural. They play ads within the follower page where it's mostly they get money from creators themselves, and then the creators then might be TikTok shop people as well, but they also might just be creators, specifically ones that don't have TikTok shop, and have TikTok shop people message you and then have you put their products in your shop. And then what you do is you advertise for them here or there. And therefore, the ads are now in your on your like profile. So the funny thing is, TikTok shop is still there, but it's just less frequent, which is why they're doing that. They don't promote TikTok shop on your followers page, but they do promote the creators that are other creators. And therefore, they're hoping that someone is a mass seller that just basically makes content and gets a lot of shop items. So instead of every 2 videos on the For You page where you see an ad every moment and be like, okay, I don't want to be on this platform anymore, and you get off of it, instead you go to your followers page and you go to people that you like instead. But oh, hey, look at this. There's a new creator that's interested in somehow exactly what I'm interested in, right? For some odd reason, these guys that have these exact same hashtags, these exact same things, these exact same interests, exactly what I want, are getting advertised to me. Wow, this is a person that I want to watch, right? This is interesting content. So then that content then you go to their page, you follow them, and then that creator gets bigger, and then the TikTok shop people message you, and then they can still make sales off of like really janky bad items, right? It's very, very strange. And as weird as it is, I don't know if that's better or worse. Because the irony is, you could get a creator that does a lot of the stuff where they post videos, but then they do TikTok shop stuff as well, right? But here's the thing. Like, usually if somebody does 2 videos and then TikTok shop and then 2 videos in TikTok shop, people will just unfollow that person because it's the same thing as a For You page. So basically, instead, they hide it a little bit by making sure a creator actually only posts a lot, right? That's the reason why they went to my platform, why they went to my profile instead. Even though I'm losing followers and I'm bleeding followers, they notice that I'm posting like maybe like 5-10 videos before I ever before they ever even see an ad, right? Which means that then they can also which means that there's still ads that go in between there, obviously, but it's not as much, right? It's just way few and far in between. So it's, I think, just the simple idea that people that are on, people are going to the browser, and people are going to what I call them, people are going to people's pages, and they're intentionally making sure people aren't advertised as much there. And you know what's even more funny? Those ads are more dedicated to your local area. And let me repeat that. The ads that you get for people that you are following, even though they're not in your area, the ads that you get are specifically dedicated to your specific area that you live. So if you live in the state of, I don't know, Pennsylvania, and let's say you live in a very specific city, there are companies that are smaller companies that buy ads to promote their smaller businesses, right? And therefore, you can make money, or therefore they can make money off of you buying their products, whether it's online or whether it's in reality. And it's probably more preferable for you to just physically go there because it might be really close to you, which is kind of smart because then, 1, it's a local business, which most people support. 2, it's also just really close to you, so it's even more convenient for you. And 3, there is now people that are more local to you, that are closer to you, and on top of it, it's just you're just more localized, if that makes any sense. You feel more connected to your area because you're buying products from the state that you live in, buying you're being promoted stuff that's close to you that makes sense, and and then you're also getting stuff that you prefer specifically. When I said something like, oh man, when my computer was dying, I keep getting a bunch of ads about PC stuff, right? Which means that they knew that my PC was broken, right? So obviously, because probably the videos, you say it's because of the videos, but I remember they were doing that before I even said anything like that, which means, because I was looking for PC stuff on Amazon and shit, and Walmart, even just parts specifically, and all of a sudden I got a bunch of ads for a PC company, which is interesting because all of a sudden it's something that's just purely for convenience of being like, wow, I need specifically this specific thing. So like, let's say you're somebody that's like, I want to try a different, like, even if it's something that's like pointless, right? Like if you want to try like a drink that's like it's like, oh man, I'm really thirsty right now. Or like, oh man, I kind of want a soda, but I don't want like a Mountain Dew or anything like that. You're gonna get advertised sodas from a place that is not like from a place that is a little less traditional, but it will advertise the area that's selling that stuff. It could be someone that's close to you. That's the irony. There is somebody that is fucking like down the street from me that I bought a product from. Like they ship it, sure. But the funniest thing is, it's someone that is like not even that far away from me, which is is in the city that I live in. So that is just basically like literally doing this thing that is doing the most convenient thing as possible. Because yeah, sure, they could USPS, like it's got to be something you can USPS, like obviously, but also the product is cheaper and like everything about it is just not as like inconvenient. So therefore, like then I saw something with like somebody that's like doing RC cars, right? Dude has a fucking like pop-up stand and he sells RC cars and he's doing TikTok ads. So it's just very interesting to me. Even this dude that like rides around this little go-kart that hands out snacks and shit, he did an ad. It was in Spanish, but again, he did an ad for around my area. I know who the guy is. So it's just very interesting to me. I don't live in like California, by the way. I don't live in an area that is like purely based around like LA type shit. It's basic ass stuff. Or it's like a state that basically like is not as social media savvy as every other place. So it's interesting to me that they are going with this strategy, but it's working. The one thing that I don't think anyone brings up about TikTok Shop is that it's always going to be local with ads. Ads are going to be local when it comes to your profile, the profile that you're browsing, right? It is highly encouraged to follow and rewatch the same person. I know that sounds crazy, but like just like they want the same thing that YouTube does, where you rewatch the same person over and over again, right? With their new videos. They want that with TikTok, and that's the scariest thing. They want the same shit with TikTok because they know if you're just going to keep scrolling and it's just going to be a bunch of people you don't know, or let's say it's a bunch of A-list celebrities, right, that you do know. It's like, what's the chances that you're going to even care that much and be like, okay, I'm done with this, right? It's very high that you're going to just not care as much. But if it's someone that you've watched for a while and you're like a dedicated follower, God knows how much you're going to be on that platform. That's who they're aiming for, and it's kind of horrifying because that means that like basically maybe those first 4 people are going to be the people you follow, and then you just continue following because why not, right? Like less ads, less money or less like TikTok shop stuff happening, but secretly someone makes something and they think it's pretty funny, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're a fucking purchaser. You purchased you purchased like shop stuff. Crazy. It's more effective than YouTube sponsorships, which YouTube sponsorships are not that effective. TikTok somehow perfected the formula of being able to like for creators to make money off of stuff. And weird enough, it benefits everyone in whatever way possible. It's horrifying. Anyway, let's continue.